Ho ho ho, hello. Hope you've been well. Today we're doing a video that's been requested quite a bit. I did one last year and it was basically tactical type Christmas ideas. Both for yourself if you're like, I don't know what I want for Christmas, or to send this video or links from this video off to your friends, family, loved ones that have a hard time buying you stuff for Christmas, because I know my family and loved ones always have a hard time buying me stuff, and I don't blame them. Guys like me, us maybe, we're pretty hard to buy for. So this video, I've just assembled literally like I did last year, grabbed a bunch of my favorite things, threw them on the table, and then I'm gonna go through them. I kind of have them in sections somewhat, so I'm gonna try to be somewhat organized. And to continue the tradition, last year was wine, this year is, you can't really see it, spiked eggnog. Might as well. Why don't we just start here? You're gonna see a theme today, and that's OD Green. This is a little OD Green 10-ounce Yeti cup, though they did just come out with, after I bought this, a 14-ounce mug that you can also get in OD. So I'll link to that below. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link to everything I talk about in this video down below. I'm gonna try and section it off. I'm gonna try and put the prices by them too, if I remember. So that way, what you're really gonna wanna do is, you don't even have to watch the video if you don't want to, but I appreciate it if you do. I appreciate it if you thumbs up if you found this helpful. But down below, I'm gonna put links to everything that I am listing. And then I'm gonna also link to stuff that maybe I forgot, or maybe things that I don't yet buy but I really want to have. So I'll put all of those links down in the video description below. So that's where you're gonna wanna look. Clicking those links does help support the channel if you click and buy right away. But yeah, otherwise, I just hope this video is helpful. Some of you might be fans and you're gonna ask about LLOD Swag. So these are PVC patches. These are my current colors that I have. Up until right this video, I've only been selling them along with sales of my holsters. But if you're interested in it, check down in the video description and I'll let you know how to get your hands on some of my swag. That includes stickers, patches, and that's it right now. Soon I'll have t-shirts and stuff like that, but I don't yet. Also, another gift idea, though I'm releasing this video too late, and you won't be able to get them in time for Christmas, but I make and sell holsters. Here's one of them for a Glock 19. Appendix carry, holds an extra mag over here. Again, I'll put info down in the video description below if you want LLOD stuff. All right, sorry for that little spiel for my fans, and for those that aren't my fans or just don't really care, we're just gonna get into all the other stuff right now. All right, how I'm gonna do this, just because there's so much stuff I have to get through, is I may talk just very briefly about the item. Maybe I'll say the price if I know it and I remember, and that's about it. This isn't a review of these dozens and dozens of items because there's just too much stuff to go through. So I have them out laid here on the table in somewhat of an order, and I'm just gonna go through them. Right in front of me I have flashlights, some of my favorite things. So here we go. Olight S1 Baton Mini. This is a new one. I literally just got it today. It just dropped. This is around 50 bucks, 600 lumens, multiple modes. Comes with a rechargeable, with a little USB CR123. Hot little light. This is gonna replace as my previous EDC, which was the Olight S1R Baton. This one's a little bigger, does have a rechargeable tail cap, and has a little bit more lumens, but this one is smaller. So both of these items, awesome everyday carry pocket clip lights with magnetic tail caps. Really handy, really convenient. One's around 50 bucks, one's around 60 bucks. There's a variety of cheapy AAA flashlights. I'll link to them below. This is probably my favorite AAA flashlight. This is a Streamlight Micro Stream. Very simple, one mode. You're gonna wanna pair this with a 10440 rechargeable battery, but I'll link to that as well. Just reviewed this, another Olight product, the Olight M2R Warrior. This is a bigger 18650 flashlight, has up to 1500 lumens, instant access from the tail cap, and also has a side button that you can get to various other modes and magnetic tail cap. Really nice setup. Olight's doing a lot of cool things these days. A lot of my favorite lights are Olights. This is not an Olight. This is a Streamlight HLX. This is a beast of a flashlight. 1,000 lumens. Great beam, has a ton of throw, a lot of candela. So if you want a light that will really punch out there, a little big for me for EDC, but a lot of guys EDC this light. So that's another option. Both of those lights use 18650 batteries. What that means is it's a battery that's rechargeable and has a lot of juice. This is your typical little battery charger that can, you plug a USB cable in, it can charge your cell phone. What this is though, is you can unscrew the cap and pop an 18650 in here. This is the battery that powers those two flashlights I just listed. So they go well together. If the battery in the flashlight runs out, you can swap this into it, and now you have a full battery in your flashlight. Or if you're charging your cell phone and the battery dies, you can swap the battery out of your flashlight into this and continue charging your cell phone. So a cool little pair there. I wasn't gonna get into weapon lights because they're very preferential, they're very holster specific, but I'll drop the most popular weapon lights down in the video description below, just so you can have reference of them, because they vary in price and size and power, and it's kind of a personal thing. So that's kind of a dangerous one to get as a gift for your guy in your life or girl in your life if they're a tactical girl. So I'm not going to give a recommendation. Most of these are very general, like a knife is a knife and a flashlight is a flashlight. Yeah, people are going to be specific on what they want, but for the most part, it's not going to be like not compatible with their life, like some of these flashlights will be. Some of these weapon lights will be. So then I'm just going to talk about one headlamp right now. My one by far favorite headlamp. It's the Olight. I forget the model even, but it's on this little headband. It swivels, has simple three modes of brightness, plus moonlight, plus strobe. So more than 3 regular modes, but more specialty modes. But the really cool thing about this flashlight is, this headlamp is, it turns into a flashlight. It comes with a pocket clip, so you can pull this out of here, put the pocket clip on, has a magnetic tail cap, and it's the 90-degree orientation. Really cool, small, light, but pretty powerful headlamp. I'll link to that below. All right, I feel like getting into knives next. So knives, I'm gonna do 2 categories. One is the knives you can get for under 50 bucks, and the other is the category that you're gonna get for over 100 bucks. So my personal favorite, can't live without it, this is the Leatherman Skeletal. This is a special edition, so this is more than 50 bucks, but they can be had for under 50 bucks. Sometimes on sales, they can be had for under 30 bucks. This is a very minimal multi-tool, my favorite one, carry it every day. Has an easy access knife, bottle opener, pliers, everything you need. Paired well with that, doesn't come with it, but you want to buy it separately, is the Leatherman bit kit. All these bits that basically turn your Skeletal or other Leathermans into like a portable toolbox. All of these next lights I talk about are going to be some of my favorite EDC everyday carry knives. These all are going to have blades under 3.5 inches, which is important because a lot of places you can't concealed carry or carry a knife with a blade over 3.5 inches. So these are going to be good pretty much everywhere unless I state otherwise if I remember. So here we'll start off with the Kershaw Skyline. This is kind of a legendary little blade, flips open effortlessly, super lightweight, and carry in pocket is nice because of how small it is. Made in USA. Next we have the Kershaw Leak. This is probably my favorite kind of budget light. They can be had around 30 bucks, but they do have a lot of special editions, so they go up from there. This is an assisted opener, so check the legality for that in your state. This has an interesting looking blade. It's kind of a fancy looking blade, but I find this blade actually really usable for easy EDC tasks. I really, really like it. It does have kind of a fragile tip, but another really slim, really small, really easy to carry knife. Now I have this little tiny guy here. This is the Leatherman, I forget what it's called, Skeletal KB. So this knife isn't going to be as fun to play with as the other ones, but it does have a built-in bottle opener on the clip. It is stupid small and light and has the blade that you may recognize that's right off of a Skeletal. So it's kind of a little, somewhat of a multi-tool little knife, very small knife, worth looking into. Here's one, another cheapie, not made in America, and really kind of a piece of crap knife, but it is fun to play with. This is called an OTF, out the front knife. These aren't legal everywhere, so you're gonna wanna check whether that's legal in your state. The legality for these is often the same as a switchblade. So this is a cheap one, around 30 to 40 bucks. Not a high quality knife at all. This is my package mail opener just because it's fun, fun to use, and you know, works all right. Going up into the expensive knives now, and we'll stick with an OTF. Here's my favorite of the OTFs. This is a Microtech Ultratech. These come in a lot of different colors, a lot of different models. Basically, they're all gonna have this little glass breaker on the tip here, and they're all, for the most part, gonna be under 3.5 inches. I think they all are, but I don't wanna say that because they may have some weird limited edition model that's over. Again, this is an OTF, so check legality in your state, but fun, high quality knife. This is gonna be the most expensive thing probably on this whole video. This knife hovers around $300. So that's an investment for a gift. Here's my favorite of these kind of unique knives. This is a Spyderco, again, made in America. Yojimbo 2. This is a special edition. This one is more like 170, though you can get the standard black and stainless steel colored blade for around 110. Now this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite knives, just because it looks so wicked. The blade, even though it's crazy, is a great defensive blade, but also I find works well for common tasks. Has a lot of fun modes to flip it open. Like, let me try it. Let me see if I can do this. I can't do it facing the camera, but you can flick it out with your middle finger. You can close it like that. Awesome knife. Here is my favorite practical, what I would consider high-end carry knife. Practical, I'm saying, because it's very small, very thin, relatively light, opens like a dream, not assisted, just liner lock. Beautiful, high quality, amazing knife. Carbon fiber on one side, green bearings in here. Again, this one is made in America as well. I think it hovers around $150 to $200 usually. This is a ZT, so any knife lover will really like a ZT. They'll also really like a Spyderco, and they'll also really like a Benchmade. So I'm doing these three different brands. These are my top favorite knife of each of these brands. So this is my favorite Benchmade, the Osborne 940. Has a nicely shaped blade. I wish it was black, but what can you do? They do have a green handled model with a black blade, but it's not an OD green really, so I didn't like it as much. But again, this is another one. This has the axis lock, and it is a nice, slim, trim, excellent EDC knife. Also has green little, did I say bearings last time? I didn't mean that, I meant posts. Yeah. Okay, let's get into a couple self-defense knives. These are my favorite self-defense knives, regardless of brands. This is a Benchmade Sock P. That is SOCP. They have a couple different models. I actually have both of them. This is the one that will be a little more usable in terms of practical use versus the dagger. But stay tuned. I'm going to be working on sheaths that are going to integrate with my holsters for this knife because it is my favorite, my current favorite defensive carry. I may just do a whole video on this telling why it's my personal favorite right now. My second favorite, which I've carried for a long time, this isn't the sheath that actually comes with it. This is just some random one I had. This is the K-Bar TDI. Sorry, this can be had, the Benchmade Sock P can be had under $100, but you can get it with a trainer, which I have, which I would recommend for I think around $120 or $130. Awesome gift for a defensive knife. this K-Bar TDI, these are around $40, I think. And another really great option for a compact, fixed blade, defensive knife that, you know, can have a little bit of EDC functionality if you want that too. All right, that's it for the knife section. All right, let's do like water bottles. This is a Mizu, and there's nothing really tactical about this except for the color, which is OD. Again, like I said, we're gonna have a common theme here. I'll link to some other water bottles that I really like. This is a Vapor, another OD and orange too. Wow, that's the hot combo. Also my phone case, I'll talk about in a second, is OD and orange. So these are some water bottles. My personal favorite water bottle for a smaller one is this Nalgene. Some people don't like drinking out of plastic, so if that's a thing, then you can go for one of these stainless steels. But I like this because the lid is so easy. Pops closed like this, pops open, drink out of it with a nice small drinking hole. So if you're in a car and bumping around or whatever, it's easy to drink out of. Or if you want to go big, which is what I drink out of, most of the time you go with a 48 ounce Nalgene right here, also with an OTF lid. So water bottles, are they tactical? I don't know. You could put stickers on them and kind of make them tactical, I guess. Or the colors of them might be kind of tactical. And then also we have, I'll link to some Yeti products, which are tactical, I don't know. They're kind of famous in the outdoor crowd, and you can get them in olive drab, which I consider tactical. Now I'm gonna talk about, I don't know what to call it, tools, I guess, kind of general tool stuff. Now this, not every guy's gonna like this stuff, but if it's kind of like a fixer guy, a guy that likes to be prepared, likes to have gadgets and things handy to tinker with this or that, then he's gonna like some of these probably. This is a great stocking stuffer idea. A little 4-inch, I think, or 3-inch adjustable wrench. This, super cheap, super handy. I have a half dozen of them just laying around everywhere in various bags and stuff like that. Here is a small pair of channel locks. These are Nipex. Nothing real tactical about this except that they're just an awesome pair of pliers to toss in your EDC bag or your go bag or whatever. A very, very handy set of high quality little mini pliers. Now, is this tactical? I don't know. This is Gorilla Tape. This is my most used tape. I keep a roll of this in my truck to tape things down all the time. 1-inch roll, super cheap. Another, you know, these are all kind of stocking stuffer ideas. Here's an expensive thing. I've done a whole review on this. This is the Leatherman Tread. I have it attached to a watch here. So it is a tactical, I'm overusing this term obviously, so if that offends you, I am sorry. This is the black model. It's around 200 bucks. I think it's a little under 200 bucks now for the bracelet. You can add a watch to it with this thing called Chronolinks, which I'll link below as well. You could put an Apple Watch on there. You can put basically any watch you want on here. So it basically turns your watch face into a kind of cool tool that you can travel with, TSA friendly, and has bottle opener, seatbelt cutter, glass breaker, and all your, you know, normal little wrenches and Allens and screwdrivers on here. Really cool item for the guy that has everything. This is what he's gonna want. Here I'm gonna call this a tool, especially useful if you are like a paramedic or an EMT or something like that. These are the Leatherman Raptor shears. So they are a high quality pair of shears, cut pennies or whatever. Seatbelt cutter, oxygen tank, wrench, glass breaker on here. Sweet, I mean, as cool as scissors can be, these are them. Little thing that I like, we'll just throw this in the tool section. Stainless steel Sharpie pen. This is my EDC Jam, love it. It's like $3 or $4. Another amazing stocking stuffer. I love it because it has a fine tip here, writes amazingly. You can basically use it as a pen, but also has the functionality of a Sharpie. You can write on, you know, glass, metal, whatever. And being stainless steel, can be used as an improvised self-defense tool. the best $3.50 I think that you'll ever spend. I have, you know, a dozen of these lying around everywhere. Here's a little thing. These are non-load bearing mini carabiners. I use these for keychains. I use them to attach bags onto other bags all the time. This, you get like a 12 pack for like a few bucks. I don't know, maybe like, oops. And while not tactical, is another great stocking stuffer. If you have a bunch of people in your family, buy a 12 pack, throw a few of them in each stocking. Great, awesome. I love these, use them for everything. Another tool, this is specific to if the person builds AR-15s. Tool section, this is a Magpul wrench. This is basically, if you have a Magpul wrench, you are a cool guy AR builder. At that point, speaking of, I'm gonna do a video on my AR build very soon. Do you guys wanna see it? Oh, this is it. How about that multicam black Cerakote by Mad Custom? This was a build, I mean, I think there's like 10 or 15 different companies all on this build. This isn't something you can buy off the shelf, but I wanted to build a very tricked out AR, one that I wanted exactly to my specs, so I handpicked every piece of this puppy. I'm gonna do a full build video on it. I'm gonna walk you through my build, and I'm gonna walk you through why I chose every specific part of this AR. A lot of people ask me, so I decided I would build a new one using all of the current hotness that's out there that I like. So if you have questions about that, stay tuned. Okay, while we're on the topic of tools still, let's talk about pouches. This is my EDC pouch. I have a full video on this. Search EDC pouch on my channel, and you'll find out about the contents of this pouch, which is amazing. So you're probably not gonna get all the contents of the pouch, but this pouch is a VanQuest EDCM Slim. It is my favorite of these type of pouches right now and has been for years. Haven't found anything better that suits my needs better than this one. Another VanQuest pouch that I really like, this goes in my hiking bag. Again, you see we got this little carabiner that I said I put on like everything. This opens up, I don't want to open up, but has like my medical gear and stuff. Another awesome pouch by VanQuest. And you know, while we're on it, I got this multicam black one that's a little bigger. I haven't found a use for it yet, but if you're in the need for a larger pouch that's really awesome, there's that. While we're on pouches, this is a Maxpedition pouch that I keep in my car. Has a nice little grab handle. This is my mini kind of trauma kit. Has a little glass breaker cutter tool. I forget, this is called a Rescue Me. I'll link to that. Great little stocking stuffer item, 20 bucks here. I have a pair of Raptor shears that I keep on, clipped on here, and all my medical gear in here. The sweet part about this is Velcro backed. So down in the footbed of my truck, basically on the side of the center console, so if my feet are down there, it's kind of like in between my foot and my knee down here, and I have one on both the driver's side and the passenger side. Awesome pouches to keep in there. I'm gonna link down below to several different types of Velcro pouches that are awesome to use in cars. That's how I use them. Awesome. While we're on the topic of Velcro, I have this. This is a Maxpedition admin panel. So in here I have like extra mag and a light and Sharpie and my Benchmade Triage, which is another awesome knife. And I have this on the little map pocket area of my door. I put some industrial Velcro strips that are just adhesive on the back, stuck that on there. For more info, I have a video on my truck. I'm about due for an updated one, but awesome little panel. These two items are totally unrelated, but if your guy is into guns and is like into taking pictures or into hiking and wants to take pictures of you guys or anything, this is my favorite mini ultralight cell phone holder tripod bendy thing. So it's like the GorillaPod, but I like it more than the GorillaPods. And so what you do, you just put your phone in like this, set your timer, or say, hey Google, take a picture, whatever you want to. Oh no, not you. Great little device. Great little device for hiking, camping, that kind of stuff. This is for my actual camera This is what I use for vlogging, but is also a tripod, so super adjustable. This can go up to form into a little handle. Just again, not tactical, but for you guys that are into creating content and you like small portable gear, I felt that it kind of fell close enough into the category that I can mention it very briefly. This is a Sawyer water filter, comes with a little bag. I have, I don't know, half dozen of these in various bags. Super small portable filter for hiking, backpacking, that kind of stuff, survival, get home bag, whatever. This is around 20 bucks. Another great kind of, could be a stocking stuffer or could just be another gift to throw in the mix. Now, if you're into like the prepping thing a little more, I have a couple of these. I have the Mission and the Family. I haven't actually even opened up this one yet because I haven't had it for that long, and I bought it kind of as a prepper type item to filter out all my rainwater and stuff like that. But if I go camping for a long time, I'm probably gonna bring this with as well. But this is the LifeStraw. Not gonna talk too much about it. It's for filtering a lot of water. I'll link to that in the description below. While we're on the prepping thing, this was a big hit last year. I've been snacking on them. I don't know if you're gonna see clips of me eating like usual, tossed throughout here, but I've been snacking on these while I've been making this video. This is a go-to prepper staple of mine. This has like a 10 or I think a 10-year shelf life-ish. It's just a bunch of banana chips. Now, I only talk about this because it kind of makes the most fun gift for Christmas. You can buy it, obviously, and you want to store it long term. If you don't open it, it lasts like 10 years. If you do open it, then it doesn't last as long. So you might want to pick up a couple of these, or if you just want to get into prepping and you want some like, oh, some stuff that I could eat for a snack, but I could also put away for long-term use. This is a fun item. Also great just to snack on when you're hanging out with your family on Christmas Day. Good value for how many banana chips you. While we're in the department, these are my favorite kind of survivalist prepper type bar. These have a 5-year or so shelf life, but what I use these for is I have these in my get home bag. I put these in my hiking backpack. Sometimes I take them camping with me. I'm kind of weird. I like these. These are my favorite of like the survival type bars. I really like them. Sometimes I'll just eat them because I really like them. Sometimes I'll take them just hiking when I could bring any snack I want, and I bring these because I really like them. Not everyone's gonna like them, but I do. The reason I like these is it's dense nutrients, 400 calories in this little bar, and it is kind of weather agnostic. It won't melt, it won't freeze. It'll get harder when it's frozen, but basically long shelf life, and you can store it in multiple weather environments. These are fun. These are little towels that are these little pucks. And what we do with these, I'll just do it right here. So this is basically a dense, tightly rolled, kind of like a paper towel, but it's not a paper towel because it doesn't just like fall apart underwater. So once you get it wet, and it requires just a little bit of water, so we'll just drip a little bit of water on here. What it does, basically, once it gets wet, is allows you to kind of expand it out. So once it expands out like this, it becomes this towel, basically. And it's kind of durable. You can rip it if you pull really hard, but it's basically now what it is a moist towelette. So good for cleaning up, wiping down stuff, you know, whatever. It can rip if you need it to, but it doesn't rip that easily. Awesome, you buy like, you know, whatever. This is a 50 towel pack. I bought this years ago, and I don't use them that often, but I keep them in little bags and stuff, in my camping things and my hiking things, in case I need a towel, especially a moist towel. Just a few drops of water and you get a nice moist towel for cleaning up or whatever. Another random item that isn't tactical at all, but it has a lot of really great tactical, survival, practical applications. You get them in packs like this, and they're Velcro cable ties. So really, they excel and they do great for cable management, which is what I use them for predominantly, but also a nice way to just kind of lash stuff onto gear. What we have is basically just a Velcro tie that has hook on one side and loop on the other, and it can hook on to whatever and keep it secure. Tons of uses for these. I have them everywhere. I lash them kind of on the back of a lot of my panels like this, and in a pinch, you can turn these into belt loops or anything. If you need to attach this pack to something else and you don't have your proper, Alice clips or anything like that. While we're being random, if your person that you're buying something for has a Toyota, I'm not sure which models they make them for. I think they make them for certain gen Tundras and 4Runners and Tacomas right now. This is a key fob, basically a replacement housing. So you take your smart key, pop the housing apart, put the internals into this, and you have a really cool tactical key fob. This matches my Quicksand Tacoma, and then I put a little clip on here. This is another thing that would be a good stocking stuffer. These clips, you get like a 10 or 12 pack for like $5 or $7. I'll link to those below as well. All right, let's get into some kind of like apparel, outerwear, footwear type stuff. Shirts, tactical shirts, I'll link to a few different places that sell tactical shirts, maybe belts as well. This one is by Black Rifle Garb. Can you figure out what it says? If you can read Roman numerals, you sure can. So they do kind of like understated tactical shirts, which I really like. And some other stuff I like. So there's a company that you'll see all over my channel because they basically are the epitome of me. I basically am a tactical distributor's, what's the word? Poster boy? I don't know. When I first started getting the tactical gear, I found tactical distributors years ago and just bought everything that they sold. Not really, because they sell thousands of stuff. But basically, if they sold it, I bought it. This is a tactical distributor's beanie. This is a funny one that I wasn't gonna put in, but then I was like, what do I usually get for Christmas? I usually get boxers, just like Hanes boxers. So if you wanna one-up that this year, these are new boxers by tactical distributors that have various tactical type patterns on them. Kind of sexy too, so if you want your guy to be in some sexy but also cool tactical underwear, worth checking out. Some of my favorite outerwear items. This is a hoodie. This is the third generation, I think, of this. And they just keep getting better and better. They're around 50 bucks. Sometimes they're on sale for cheaper than that. My favorite, just whatever, wear around town, wear to the office sweatshirt is this guy right here. This is my favorite wear around town down when I need something a little thicker. The cool thing about this down jacket is the pattern of the kind of pocket type things. And that's a new one. Good deal for down. It's around 100 bucks, I think. And then this one that you've seen in some of my other videos probably is the Ninja hoodie. I call it the Ninja hoodie, but really it is the Shaolin hoodie. Comes in a couple different colors. So Tactical Distributors has a ton of stuff. You could just, instead of using my video, you could just go to their website and they have tons of gift ideas too. Those are some of my favorite items of theirs. But ironically, each pair of shoes that I'm about to list, I also got from Tactical Distributors. So my first pair of Speed Crosses I got like 5 years ago from Tactical Distributors. These are my newest pair, and these are the coolest. These are the Forces Speed Cross 3s. I have like 5 pairs of these shoes. These are the ones I use for everything. Light hiking, running and gunning. Anytime I'm gonna do something outdoors, these are my go-to shoes. Just tons and tons of traction. Though they aren't the best on wet, slippery rocks. But everything else, these things are amazing. Another pair of shoes, if your guy's into camo, are these. Altamas. They come in the low. They're basically like a very tactical looking Converse, but they are also for a purpose, which I will never use them for that purpose, but if you're a cool guy, they're kind of like water shoes. So they have little drains here. They have a rubber insole, so they're good to get wet. They're relatively low profile, can fit inside of fins. But to be completely honest, the poser that I am, I pretty much just got them for multicam because I love multicam. And then these are a relatively new pickup. These are my favorite pair of just heavy duty hiking boots. These are the Salomon 4D Quest. These are also Forces in the burro color. Forces means that they don't have any reflection or bright colors or anything like that. Some other stuff, but that's the gist of it. So basically, these are my hardest core hiking boots that I have right now. Love, love, love them. I haven't been talking about prices for the last while, but these are pretty expensive. They're around 250 bucks. Though, if you've been following me on Instagram, you've been seeing, or on Facebook, that I've been posting 25% off those. I think the sale's over now, but hopefully you picked them up during that time. Great stocking stuffer or cheap gift idea are these. Multicam again. These are just mechanics. I like these pair. These are the fast fit because they don't have any straps or anything and they just go on real easy. 15 bucks or less usually, and I have like a half dozen to a dozen pair of these just everywhere. But again, I'm a guy that does a lot of stuff, so I use my hands and I'm moving wood or firewood or working on stuff outside and doing stuff where I could, you know, tear up my hands. So if your guy's someone that wears gloves, they're not really like an insulating glove, though they do provide a tiny little bit of warmth if you need a tiny little bit of warmth. Sometimes I'll wear them out and about as just a pair of gloves because they do provide a tiny bit of warmth, but not much. Now, while we're on camo, here is a multicam poncho. Haven't even taken this out of the bag yet. I keep this in my car, I think in my get home bag area. Poncho, multicam, awesome. If you're into it, check it out. Relatively inexpensive for what it is, actually. Here is a, it's hard to show the whole thing. It is like a multicam blanket, basically. Really, it's a poncho liner, so you guys that have spent some time in the military probably cuddled up with one of these, and it's maybe your favorite item from back then. I hear that is. But to be completely honest, not a great blanket, but just kind of fun and tactical. Yeah, guys that have served may say I'm a poser for having this, but I just liked it because I like multicam. If you want a blanket that I think is cheaper and better, if you're actually just using it as a blanket, is this. This is by Kelty. It is also camo, but instead of being that nylon fabric all the way around, has kind of like a fleece on one side and kind of the nylon camo fabric on the outside. This is around 20, 25 bucks and a great little blanket. Not really tactical at all, but this is my OD green iPhone 10 case. Matches my OD green. So this orange part on the lens is actually a skin, a part of a skin that I got from D Brands. But OD and orange, kind of my thing. I'll link to this. Nice little, it's a minimal case. I like that it doesn't show branding. I like not showing that I'm an Apple fanboy because I'm not an Apple fan. And I might as well talk about it because I get questions about it quite a bit. I've been meaning to make a video on it. This is my current plate carrier. This is the Ferro Concepts Slickster. It is just a sweet little minimal package. You can get it with like different cummerbunds and mag pouches, pockets here. You have elastic mag pouches all along the sides. Cool little piece of kit. People are always asking what my favorite plate carrier is. Right now it's this one. Inside I have Spartan Armor Systems plate carriers. Stupid light plate carriers. Expensive though. I'll link to the plates that I have, but they're like $600 some. But if you want, I mean, plates get quite a bit more expensive than that, but for me, that's expensive. But if you want lightweight, rifle-rated plates, can't do much better than these by Spartan. I'll link to those, and yeah, this is just, I'll probably do a full review on my setup later, but could be a gift idea. I have no idea, actually. I think it's 100 something for the Slickster plate carrier with no plates. Random, but while we're talking about the water type stuff, Strike Force Energy, this is a little packet that you mix into water. I like this, and I like Zip Fizz as well. Zip Fizz foams like fizzes, and it's kind of a pain because your water bottle will explode and you got to keep relieving the pressure. This doesn't. This mixes effortlessly. You basically just drop it in. You don't even really have to mix it, but I usually do. So this plus water equals energy drink on the go. You don't have to bring your can. You don't have to do anything. And much cheaper than a Red Bull and much easier to pack and take places. So this is my main jam. I actually like the red one better, but I'm out. So I threw the box away, but this is my main energy drink jam right now because I drink a lot of energy drinks. I shouldn't, I know, but this has 0 sugar, 0 calories. I know that doesn't mean it's healthy for me. I know, but I kind of live off of energy drinks because I don't sleep enough and I have too much to do all the time. This, if you're looking for a nice, you know, energy drink, relatively affordable, that tastes like an energy drink, check it out. This next item is a 3D printer, but I'm not gonna show the printer. I'm just gonna show some random things that I printed that are like tactical kind of, because there are tactical applications for a 3D printer. You can print survival whistles. You can print ultra lightweight, tiny, minimal water keys. You could print karambit knives. You could print gun parts. You can print, this isn't tactical, glow-in-the-dark skull pencil holders. Or you can print, if you follow my Instagram, this was a hot item. You can 3D print baby Groots. This is with wood filament. 3D printer is super cool, not tactical, but there are tactical applications for it. I'll link to the 3D printer that I personally use. It's awesome. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think that about does it. My eggnog drink is all empty, so this video should end now. What better time? If you have any ideas, if you have any of your own ideas or great gift ideas, comment them below. Let me know. I'll update my list with them if I can. Share the wealth of the perfect tactical Christmas gift. Stocking stuffers are great, but more expensive items are also really cool. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have just an awesome Christmas. Thank you for the support here on the channel. As always, I love to hear your feedback down in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, really, just take 2 seconds, hit that thumbs up button, get subscribed to the channel if you're not, and yeah, take care.